Oh, good. Hello, just about to tick off another of my snappy finger things that happened today. The dog ate all her dinner today. Good, good, good. Ticky-tacky. Ticky-tacky. Snappy clicky clicky. Oh, right, haven't done any gratitude for a while, so I better just read it while I sat here quietly. Ooh, pulled my hair. Hello, Stormy. Did you watch your reading from yesterday, Stormy? Hello, Wendy Ann, my lovely. All right, okay. I think Addison sent you the time that it was on anyway. I think it was 81 minutes 45 or something, if I remember rightly. Only paid today, yes, my lovely. Oh, sorry. Had to sit round a bit. All right, my lovely, sorry. Okay, it is pending, but it will go through. I thought we were doing so well lately. Yeah, what's your questions? Sorry. We were having a good run Good run there. Can I have 3 cards or messages from Jake and 3 on my abundance with work block? Okay. I think when you say abundance with work block, do you mean money wise or stopping you getting a job or promotion? What context do you mean for that? Yeah, just clarify that. Oh, I think abundance in terms of work being fully rewarding as it was going well, but my boss started to be negative again with the nose colleagues, so I tried to shift my own, but needs to go. Okay, yeah, okay. Right. The same principle applies, okay? It's the dropping the old story and only focusing on the new, whatever is coming up in front of your face, okay? Because you know the end to your movie, so we don't interact. Now, let's look at the SP situation first. Really good, okay? You know, he's coming out of the clouds into this, wanting this new start, new beginning. Ace is a new start, blossoming, okay? You know, you are releasing a lot, so he's releasing a lot. You're being this beacon, attracting him to you. He's telling you here, victory and success will be ours because, you know, here I am. Having that strength and courage and confidence to come forward and tell you how he feels, that he's passionate about you, etc., etc. Now, it may not be at first, okay? Sometimes when there's been no contact, the person comes in testing the waters. They don't want to look an idiot coming in, oh, I love you and all this. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't, okay? But it doesn't mean that it's not going to progress. We remember, we stay to the story that we want to hear. Let's have a look at work. So don't, you know, when he does come in, then, you know, even if it's just a hi, how are you? I'm fine, thank you. And you know, sort of, you know, keep it mutual until he, you start seeing the version of him that you want. Right, advice about CC's job. Yeah, be the Queen of Swords. You don't put up with any crap. Okay, swords are your thoughts. So she's using her sword. She sits there. She's pretty determined. I'm sorry. Your character's in my movie, fuckers. Okay, you don't act that way. Okay, we don't hold that in place. So where they're being negative, we don't have a nosy colleague. We haven't written a nosy colleague into our movie. We've written a supportive, helpful colleague. The boss started to be negative again. No, the boss is very positive. Okay, we stick to that story. Remember, we only listen to the radio station that is entertaining us, that is making us feel good. We're not tuned into the radio station that's pissing us off. So Queen of Swords, strict mental diet. Okay, you're only seeing nosy colleague as helpful, whatever word you want to use for them, and your boss is very positive, always praising you for your work. You're the best of the best. You're the best at what you do. You're always top at your job, ace at your game. It was 81, Stormy, it was 81 something. But she has bullied other colleagues. Yeah, but you're reacting to that. So that's not how she's turning up in your movie anymore. Oh no, she's really kind and helpful to you. She just keeps playing up as that character because that's how you're keeping her in place. Yeah, you're the magician. Okay. So, when I asked about nosy bitch, it said you're the magician. You're the one in charge. You're the boss of your reality. You're writing your script. Yeah, and the reason your boss is playing up as he is because he's a reflection of you. So what story are you holding in place? Okay. You don't need to imagine her gone. You just change the story about her. You know, think of the consequences. You know, she relies on that job for an income. When I first met her, she was all rude. There you are. You've reacted to how she was. That's how you've held her in place. She's rude. And then other people have said, well, she's bullied us, or you've heard about it. So you've added another bad character to your list of things about her. You literally change the story to how you want her and your boss to be treating you in your movie. That's all you do, just like you're doing with your SP. You're dropping the old story. Nothing to see, thank you very much. We're focusing on the new story. We're changing you as well. Okay, you're changing you. I am good enough. Oh, I'm liked by everybody. I'm everyone's favorite person. I'm respected. I'm valued. I'm appreciated. You're changing your story about her and the boss. The boss is always very positive with me. He praises me for my work. Okay, and you persist in that new story. If it takes a week, if it takes a month, you don't keep reacting to the old. You don't get drawn into work gossip. You don't tell anybody you're changing them. All you do in your head is like, whatever, I'm not reacting because it's my fucking movie. You're just a character. You don't have power over me. You don't have free will over me in my movie. Thank you very much. You respect me. You're always so nice to me. Okay, you change the story. Addison's done it with people at her work. You're the magician. They're merely reflecting back you to you. Remember, your outside world is a mirror of your inner world. Your thoughts, what you're reacting to, what you're keeping in place. So, be the Queen of Swords. Stick to your mental diet for the outcome you want. Stop being drawn into the scenes and the radio station you don't want to listen to that aren't making you happy. They're not going to change until you change. When you've changed the story about them, they will start to change, okay? It's not going to be instant. Sometimes it is. Sometimes it takes a couple of days. Sometimes it takes a couple of weeks. think about it this way, CC. Okay, say that she wasn't known as a bully. Oh, let's take her because she's the biggest pain for you. Okay, you see her as a bully and what else did you say? A bully and nosy, etc. Okay, but other people, not everybody is seeing her as that. They've got a different views, different thoughts about her, different beliefs. So that's how she's showing up to them in their movie. But she's showing up in your movie because you've bought into the 3D. You've seen her bullying people, so you've held that assumption and that belief in place. Okay, and then, you know, and a thief snooping around. Well, we don't have any thieves. Remember, these are all characters that you're keeping in place in your movie. It's up to you to change the characters. We don't want a thief in your movie. We want our stuff to be safe. So my office environment is the safest environment I've ever worked in. There's always an opposite thought. What you keep believing in, what you keep assuming, what you're buying into and giving attention is staying in place. It's your feedback loop. Okay, so when you shift your mindset to the outcome that you want and the story that you've changed, then that has to be reflected back to you. If you want to wish her away, but it will probably take longer than changing her character, because she'd have to, you know, either be sacked. Well, that wouldn't be very nice for her and her family. Just because you don't like her, she's still got a living to make. We don't wish harm on people. Okay, the quickest way to do it is by changing her character in your movie. But also you can be saying, imagine a colleague saying to you, yeah, you can imagine a colleague saying to you, or the boss coming in and announcing, or her saying, oh, I'm leaving, I found another job that's better for me or something. Yes, I know what you're saying, but I'm not saying she didn't do those things. I'm saying you're keeping it in place. You're reacting to the 3D, so you're keeping the old story in place. You're asking how you can change her because she's pissing you off. So you have to change the story about her. She's, you know, you redefine her character. She's only conforming to what you've reacted to and now what you're believing. Just change the story to whatever you feel natural. If you want to wish her on a merry way, wish her on a merry way. But in the meantime, don't let it affect you. If you're going into work and you're getting stressed about it and you're getting wind up about it, okay, then you're keeping that story in place. No one has power over you unless you give your power away. And no one has free will in your consciousness unless you keep giving them free will. And take Stormy's example. Have her go to prison. That gets her out the way. But we don't want to do that. Thank you very much. Yes, well, let's pretend we didn't see that comment. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, so you need to do a scene. If you want her gone, then you need to do a scene that feels natural for you. So what would feel natural, whether, you know, there's an email that goes round, or HR says we're having a collection for her, or you go into work one day and somebody says, oh, she handed her notice in and had to leave suddenly, or something like that. You know, whatever feels natural for you to feel that it's a done deal, that it's happened. You're doing that scene within you of your outcome that you want as if it's happened now, and then you're staying in that scene. Okay, you're going to work. Imagine her as a different person. You know, a new employee. Oh, this new employee is really nice, until she's gone, but you'll probably find she changes character anyway by then. Eddie, haven't seen anything come through. Let me just check. No. Just check your end. If it's definitely sent, then I will have a look in actual PayPal. Goodbye, everyone. Oh, bye, Wendy Ann, my lovely. In my positive work environment, my affirmation where I work full time in my permanent position. Exactly. Go and enjoy your full time position. You know, just remember as well, CC, as soon as you desire something, as soon as you want something, it's already done. So, whatever, you know, you're just doing a quick scene or a conversation with somebody, you know, something that implies that it's done as well, that gets you into that feeling that it's done, and then you don't worry about it anymore. Okay? That's the quickest way to get what you want. You don't have to worry about the how and the when. Just remember that. And you need to change your boss anyway, because he's not going anywhere. So, you know, you're always praised by your boss. He values your work. He appreciates you. He's always praising you, blah, blah, blah. You know, again, it may not be a personal attack on you unless he's personally doing it to you and being nice to everybody else. But if he's generally going around being negative to everybody else, then it may be a personal issue he's got at home or something. So, you know, don't think it's personal. Just see him in a different light. He's fine. He's very chatty, etc., etc. Right, Eddie, what is your question, my lovely? And Katie, you are after Eddie. Thank you very much, and sent £10 for a reading. Okay, when I've done Eddie's reading, get ready to post your question. Sometimes the questions come out, sometimes they don't. So we will let you know if we're not seeing it. If you say you've posted it and we're not seeing it, then we'll tell you what you need to do so that we can see it. Okay, just waiting for Eddie's question to pop up so that I can do that reading. For anybody listening in, whether it's now or if you hear it on playback, it is the 26th of April where I am. Don't forget that you've got the free love reading giveaway if you want to be entered into the draw for that, which I will be doing on the 1st of May. And that is, the details for that are on the love reading for April. You'll have to go back to the 1st of April in the videos to find that one for the instructions on how to enter. But I will be drawing that on the 1st of May. So if you want to win it, you've got to be in it. Eddie, have you posted your question? Because we're not seeing it, my lovely. Okay, so if you've posted it and it's not showing, try breaking it down. Okay. I'm not seeing it on the PayPal thing that's been sent through. Let me go back into PayPal. Let me log into PayPal unless you can copy it and paste it into the chat. Which would be quicker. Is crushing on me. Is crushing on me. What's crushing on you? Oh, you'll have to, and do they? they have feelings. Okay, who is, put the initial of the person who's crushing on you. Yeah, what's the initial of the K? So do you have feelings for K, or do you just think that they're coming on to you, or you know that they're coming on to you? Usually a crush is when you've got a crush on somebody. So if somebody's got a crush on you, then they obviously like you. Yes, I have been. Oh, let's just look at the energy between you and Kay anyway. No, it's when you said at first, is crushing on me. So basically, you like this person beginning with a K, and you're wanting to know what they feel about you, yeah? Yeah, okay. Do you work with her or study together? Is she somebody you see in the day? Yeah, okay. Thought you did, yeah. Okay. Okay, I can see what's going on here. Okay, so let me just bring in another card. Hang on. Sorry, that sounded awful. Okay, so in her energy, she does have an interest in you. Okay, I'm not getting like the lovers or anything like that. I'm getting the flirt card. So she may be just flirting with you, or you could flirt back. I feel that she has been rejected before somewhere. Okay, this is a disappointment card here, and frosty behavior. This is in her energy, so she may be being a little bit hot and cold with you, so that's why you don't know whether you stand as well, because perhaps she's had a previous, in a previous job or at that job or something, where she's had, liked somebody and they've rejected her or something like that. So there's a little bit of caution on her side. So she may be blowing a little bit hot and cold, but she is watching you. Okay, she is watching you and wanting things to be favorable with you. And, she's definitely got her eye on you here at work, which we had out anyway. Here as well, this can be passion, wanting, something here. But you're very caught up in your negative thoughts here and here and here. You're not wanting to have your heart broken. You might have been through breakups before and they've hurt you. The devil card, your negative thoughts, like these keeping you in prison here, imprisoned in your own negative thoughts. The devil is holding a puppet here, playing you as a puppet. Your ego is coming in. Your heart is telling you one thing, but your ego is coming in here to tell, as alarm bells. So here, flirt. Extend your light-hearted energy to others and past life. You may have been lovers in a past life. You may have just been from the same soul group. So you've met her at work in this lifetime and you feel like you've known her forever. Okay, you feel like, oh, I feel like I've known her forever. Because your souls recognize each other. You don't have to necessarily have been lovers. So this card here is all about taking that leap of faith. Having more faith in yourself as well, having more confidence in yourself. She does have an interest in you, so perhaps just take it as flirting. Flirt back a little bit and see where it goes. She may be hot and cold, but stepping out of your comfort zone. It may be making you feel uncomfortable. It may be making you feel hot and bothered in a nice way. Okay, but stepping out of your comfort zone as well. So I would perhaps just be a little bit open, see how it goes, see if she reciprocates more towards you. Try a little flirting perhaps and see how you go. Is she going to shut you down, or is she going to reciprocate it a bit more? Okay. Some people are really good at reading body language and picking up on it, and others have no idea. So, you're getting that feeling. You've got feelings for her. She's obviously doing something that is showing an interest, like you say. She's giving you presents. But I don't know, it's just your ego, these cards coming in, that's all. Okay, your thoughts, they're all swords. Well, mental and swords. Okay, your mental energy and your thoughts. So, it's your thoughts that are sort of getting in the way of what your heart is telling you, what your feelings are telling you. Because you're scared of getting hurt or rejected or whatever. So go slowly, just start flirting. Extend your light-hearted energy. Start having a joke. Start having a laugh. See how things go at this stage. Okay? You don't have to be full on. Slowly, catchy monkey and all that. And just see where it goes. But if you're in a negative thought, she will pick up on that energy. Your thoughts are energy. Your feelings are energy. What we go around talking about is energy, and we pick up on that. Okay? So perhaps take it slow to see how it goes from there. But have confidence in yourself as well. You know, yeah. Why wouldn't she like me? She's an empath. Just have fun. Just have fun. You know, don't be serious at this stage. Just see where it goes. And hopefully it will blossom into something more if you want it to. Katie, what is your question, my lovely? At least you're going, Stormy. Okay, remember, you're going for you to have fun. You're not doing it for anybody else. You're not going there to think, what do other people think about me? Okay, we don't care. We're going there for us to have fun. You to have fun. You know, you might see him in the flesh. You might think, no, he is my SP. End of. You know, Create Your Future have just done a very good one. It was, who was it on there? How she changed, you know, went off with somebody else, but then realised her SP was the one that she wanted. It is with Catherine, from broken up to engaged in 9 days. Success story with Catherine. Go and listen to that one on Create Your Future for some pointers in there. It reminded me a bit of Wendy Ann's story actually as well. That's why I listened to it, carried on listening to it, because it reminded me of Wendy Ann's. Katie, how are we doing with your question, my lovely? Oh, where you gone? And we both agree we think we are soulmates and that things are just easy with each other. We agree on everything. He called me 2 weeks ago and we stayed on for a while. Okay. Okay. Okay, I can see what Spirit is saying here. Okay, one over now finds that want to do this anymore, and that he is either in or out. Sorry for that. Yeah, he is. He is in and out here. Okay, so he comes towards you. You get on great, but then he keeps thinking, "Oh, I don't want to commit. Perhaps I should, walk away again." You get heartbroken. You want commitment. You find it a struggle. There's separation. Okay, then it's like, oh, we're in the friend zone shit again. Okay, so Spirit is saying to you here, what is it you want? It's not about him. He's a character in your movie. So because of what you've been through over the years, he comes and goes, he comes and goes, he comes and goes. Because you've got that story in place, that's what has to play out. I'm going to be doing a very good success story from one of the ladies who's was in, a situation that was on and off for years. Okay, they even got married, it fell apart, and she explains the history of it. She explains how she came across my channel and the Instagram mentoring I do, and changed the story, and now they're back in contact and things are totally different because she's broken that old cycle and she's created a new cycle. This is what I want. Okay, so you believe. Children believe in Father Christmas. They believe in the Tooth Fairy. They believe in bogeymen. Okay, they believe in anything you tell them up to a certain age until their ego starts to kick in, their thoughts. Okay, they just believe everything. You can go within, think about what you want, and then create the ending you want. Okay, so it's going to seem very confusing to you because you're probably like, but it's not me with the problem, it's him coming in and out, etc., etc. But it is you, because you're holding it in place, and it's your story, it's your reality. Everybody in your awareness that you consciously know or are aware of, your parents, your work colleagues, your friends, etc., are reflecting your story that you've got back to you. So I would suggest that you go to my Get Them Back playlist. I know he hasn't gone yet, but he will go again if you keep this old story in place. Even if you don't have time to save it this time, you can get him back. Okay. But this cycle needs to be broken, Spirit is saying. He can't do it because he's just playing a part in your movie. It's your movie. Your thoughts create. Okay, so in the Get Them Back playlist that I've got another channel, some videos from my other channel in there. And also if you've got Instagram, go to Instagram because I give loads of mentoring advice on there on how to shift your mindset and get what you want. Because it's not up to your person. Okay? I know we all think it is. Believe me, been there, done it, changed loads of people. Since I've known that I can change them, that it's all about me. You can change this. If you're expecting him to change, he'll change for a short time. It'll all be good, and then it'll go back in the same cycle. Because that is your story. He comes in, things go good. I know he's my soulmate, but fuck my life. He goes again, breaks my heart. We're back to square one. You're keeping that pattern in place. And we don't want that. We want our man. So believe in what your heart is telling you. Your heart is telling you he's the person I want. I don't want anybody else. So you have to drop the old story and focus on the new story. But do keep your ears out for the new success story I'm going to be doing this week from one of the ladies who got her person back after years of horrible behaviour, to her person being a totally different person and committing to her. Again. But she's changed. She's changed the old story, so the old story is not playing out anymore. So basically, if you carry on in the current energy you're in and in the current old story, he's going to go again. And then he'll come back, and then he'll go again. And then he'll come back, and he will go again. Spirit is telling you. So you need to break that cycle. This is what I want. Okay, and I'm sticking to this story. We're in a loving, committed relationship. He only has eyes for me. I'm the only woman he's interested in and invested in. On Instagram, if you've got Instagram, I give loads of affirmations and loads of tips on how to change the story. And lots of women have done that, and they are getting their person conforming to how they want without having to say a word to their person. And it has been proved scientifically and spiritually. Okay, AJ, my lovely. Yeah. Okay, first of all, AJ, you have sent me a request to pay you, my lovely. You've clicked the wrong button somewhere. So I will cancel it my end, but you will need to pay. Okay, you haven't paid. You've sent me a request to pay you, my lovely. And then you will have the chance to put your question on PayPal. There's another coach. I mean, I do coaching as well, but there's another coach who's got, she was with her boyfriend and very on and off. Let me just go and get a link to her channel and you can listen back to her because she teaches the same law that I do anyway. So it's the same, there's no different. But she has a similar story where her because her person kept going away, that was her thought process, so she had to change it. Let me just go and find it, my lovely. Then you can hunker down and listen to her story, my lovely. Here. Okay, let me find her video where she has talked about it a bit more. Here, I know this one's a very good one that you can listen to as a first one. Here you are, my lovely. Follow this link and listen to that video, and then you can explore the rest of her channel there as well. It's the same as what's in my Get Them Back playlist, but this is her story of how she had to change the story on her person keep going. It will relate to you more than some of the other people I know out there. Jessica, my lovely. Right, okay. Jessica, sorry. You know, that video that I've linked for Katie to watch, it is a good video because it does go into why it's titled Why It Took Me So Long to Manifest My SP Back, because she was stuck in the old story for so long. So there might be something in there that helps some of you as well. It may not be the same situation, but it's the same principles. Okay, that one sprung to mind because it reminds me of Katie's story. You know, the they're going to leave me again. This is what always happens. No, AJ sent money request. Who's just sorting it out, or they're just sorting it out. Might be a woman. Sorry. Right, Jess. Sorry. That's why I love my different decks. That's okay, Rashima. Oh my God, yours is just like a story out of a book, Jess. But definitely, Jess, I would recommend that you hit that link and you go and watch that video as well. So it's just straightforward. I can literally read it like a story. Okay, here you are, sat there. Swords. What are swords? Your thoughts. You're sat there. Your outside world is reflecting back your negative thoughts that you've gone back into. Okay? Stay focused on what you want. The world. What is it you want? Okay? We have to fight off these negative dragons trying to peck you. Just because you're not seeing anything, because you're blindfolded, you're not seeing anything in the 3D yet, you have to fight those thoughts off. You're the magician. I just love this, how it's all come out. Okay? You're on this journey for you. That's why I want you to watch her video, because she's saying about how it's made her a better person. This whole journey is not to get what you want. It is in the end, but it is your journey, your growth. Okay, and again, the magician and the mirror. You can't make this shit up. Okay, you're the magician. You're the magician. So your outside world is the mirror. Okay, you're manifesting what you see in your mirror. So coming back to self-love. Okay. When I was on Instagram tonight, you know, on Instagram, I was saying about, you know, when you're doing your affirmations, say you've got, for argument's sake, 10 self-concept ones. Okay, I'm irresistible, unforgettable, irreplaceable. I am the goddess queen. Whatever you've got for your self-concept, I'm always first best, etc., etc. Don't just read them and not feel anything. Okay, take each one. How would you feel if you were being pursued? How would you feel if you were felt irresistible? Okay, let's just, they're drawing me to the book, so let's just see what's in the book as well, because there may be something else in there that hits home. Right, okay, radical self-love is necessary. Empowerment starts from the inside out. Do not compare yourself to others. Start to change with focus and love of self. Okay, sometimes we feel we're not enough. We're even told we're not enough by our own voice, the voice of others and our culture. Not smart enough, not pretty enough, not powerful enough, etc., etc., etc. Okay, then there is the opposite, that we are too something. We're too thin, we're too short, we're too wrinkly, we're too pimply, we're too old, we're too quiet, etc., etc. Okay, so is it any wonder why many of us feel such self-loathing or dissatisfaction with the self? Please just stop, put your blinkers on, breathe, be yourself, do your ritual affirmations. Okay, speak to the goddess or whatever energy floats your boat, and, you know, listen to it. Okay, listen to any of listen to any or all the crazy misdemeanors that your mind may throw at you, but then hug these untruths like a crying puppy and soothe the reasons that are there. Okay, know that you are doing the best you can right now, and that you are not your past, and you can soothe yourself, and most importantly, you can move on. Okay, so very lovely. I can see why they wanted me to read that out. So, you're the magician. Your outside world is a reflection of you. Remember, life isn't happening to you, it's happening through you. So, fight off those negative thoughts. Stay focused on what you want. You're on a journey so that you don't have this self-loathing anymore. You become stable. You become secure. You're not going to be thrown off balance in the future, so that you can sustain and maintain anything in your life. Okay? But it has to start with self. Love the flowers in that one. So pretty. So you've had a little wobble lately. We just need to straighten out our bike and carry on our journey. We don't give a fuck about the 3D, do we? No, this is our story. Okay, we know the end to our movie. We're not accepting anything else in between. We know that's not the truth. At least you noticed you were doing it. Okay, we don't need to compare to anybody else. You're first best in your movie. Remember that, my lovely. Okay, AJ, my lovely, can you just give me the person's initial that you're thinking of? So that I can connect to their energy, my lovely. If you don't, okay, thank you. It is another money request you've sent again. Go and sort that one out, my lovely. Yeah, I don't know what you're pressing when you go into it. I can't get into it from my end because it knows me. It always says that I can't buy anything from my own place, if you get what I mean. But you've sent another money request. I can't go into it to see where you're pressing that's not the right paying, if you get what I mean. But I can see your question anyway. Yeah, I saw that it cancelled the money request. It's all right. I'm in no rush. It's not busy, so don't worry. I've got your question anyway, so I'll come back to it when you've paid it through, when it's gone through. But Jess, if you're still here, then see that as feedback. Why did you still feel, what thoughts were you having when you were comparing yourself? What, that they are bigger boobs than you, or they're prettier than you, or and then come back to your self-concept. Remember, things like this, don't beat yourself up about it, because it's feedback. It's showing you that there's still something within you that keeps resurfacing, because if you'd have dealt with it, it wouldn't have triggered you. Okay, so it's good. You need that feedback to weed out, remember, on your journey, so that you don't get it reflected back again. Like the other week, in my affirmations, I've got I'm important and I'm a priority, but I don't really think that way. But the other day, something happened and I automatically thought to myself, oh, I'm never acknowledged. So that is what my brain is used to talking in. So I put that in my affirmations. I'm always acknowledged. Well, fuck my life. Things have totally changed in the last 2 weeks of me doing that. So it was an affirmation that wasn't really natural for me. But although I wasn't realizing it at the time, suddenly when the opposite presented itself to me, I straight away came, oh, I'm never acknowledged. I'm always overlooked. So bingo. Okay, aha, light bulb moment. That is more natural for me. So I wrote that, and now I come to that as an affirmation, and that has shifted things. Do you see what I mean? It's always feedback. It's always good. Okay? Feedback is good. We need that feedback. To tweak things so that we can change the old story. If that was your issue, if you felt that other girls always get what you don't get because they're always chosen and better than you, then yes, you are you are first best. You're always chosen. You're always first choice. What feels natural? What would be natural way that you talk to yourself? Always remember that people see you how you're showing up. So if you're thinking you're beautiful, if you're telling yourself you're everyone's favorite person, if you're telling yourself you're always treated like a queen and first class wherever you go or whatever, okay, then that is how people will start reflecting back to you. You know, oh, you're always so beautiful, or you're looking amazing, or whatever. Okay. Yes, I mean, if you weren't on your mental diet, then you would have gone to the wedding, got triggered, not known why, just felt like shit for probably weeks or months to come. But now because you're on your mental diet, because you've got that mindset now, that you can say, okay, so why am I feeling like this? What's triggered me? What am I holding in place as the old story? What do I need to shift? Okay. You know, another thing as well is that a lot of people tend to forget that nothing has a meaning until you give it a meaning. The meaning you give to something is not necessarily a meaning that somebody else would give to it. So, you know, what meaning are you giving something as well? What, you went to a wedding party, so are you sort of always the bridesmaid, never the bride? You know, everybody else looked fantastic in their dresses, but you didn't. You know, what were you putting yourself down and comparing others to you? Hello, Rob, my lovely. How are you? Yes, I mean, you know, that's something that I've had to change with me as well. And I've got lots of things in place that stop me from being triggered, if you like. Also remember, Jess, you know, a lot of people aren't being aware of their thoughts. So just because they might have a different body, you know, they may look fantastic in a dress or whatever, it, you know, they could have all sorts of shit going on in their lives. So it doesn't mean they're happier than you. You know, having a lovely, you know, an affirmation that is, I am always loved just as I am. I am good enough. I am perfect. Okay? Because you are. You're just putting yourself down. You know, what you can do as well is do a tape, you know, do a recording where you are hearing yourself. You know, you're stood in front of the mirror. Literally do a recording and say to yourself, you know, in that recording, I love my body. I'm comfortable in my own skin. I've got an amazing, sexy hourglass figure. I've got a certain size boobs that you want, or I've got a flat toned stomach. I've got lovely, beautiful hair. I look 30 years old. Whatever you want to tell yourself, how you want to see yourself, record it and stand in front of the mirror and hug yourself naked, okay, or in your bra and pants or whatever, and just appreciate your body. When you're hearing your recording of you saying how your body, you want it to look, you're imagining your body looking like that. You're seeing past the image in the mirror, but you're appreciating your body as well. Okay? Jess, if you send me an email, you know, just hi or something, then I will find what I taped and it will give you an idea. You can tweak it. I'm going to look for it now as well. Oh, I think I've still got it somewhere. Can't look when I did it. Might be on here. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. That is one, but it's not the one I'm thinking of. Okay, I got your email. Dinky 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 dear. Dinky dinky dinky. I might have deleted it actually. If I deleted it, then I can't listen to it because it's an app that's on my iPad and I'm videoing it. But that is one I found. That's not the one I say. Because what I'll do is type it out if I can't find it. Let me just keep looking a minute. It wasn't that far back. Let me just have a look. Let me look at my other email. I got like a million fucking affirmations here. Not that one. I will find it. Oh, AJ, right, okay. Let's have a look. How does anybody else pay? I mean, if you go to the link, I can't do it because it's something totally different for me. It's because it's my account, it knows me. If you get what I mean. What is there something on there that is being missed? Because people don't normally have to put in their email address, do they? I don't think. Should we just click and pay on that link? Where is that one? I might have to listen to it tomorrow and type it out and send it to you then, Jess. Because I'm not seeing it. Oh, no, that is one thing I say, but it's not the one I'm thinking of. Hmm. Oh, have we done it? Yay! Oh, you're in the UK as well. Know that area very well. Okay. Let me just do a note about Jess for tomorrow. Oh, I'll see your email anyway. That won't remind me. Right, okay. Right, I might kick the camera again here. But, yeah, I was born in Chiswick and then grew up in Egham and Staines area. Got an uncle who lives in the Feltham area. So I know that area, side of London, very well. Right, okay. Yeah, till I look at the chat and then I turn to my other computer and they go all over the place. I need to come back to your question. I know it's somebody about R, but R. Right. I want to know what someone is thinking about and is it going anywhere? Okay. Okay. AJ, have you had a relationship with him before? Because I'm not sure if this is a relationship you've had with him before where he's hurt you, or you've been hurt in previous relationships. Can you just clarify that for me, please, my lovely? Because I've got this card as well. So I'm not sure if you've had a relationship with him before, or you've been hurt by somebody else. Right, okay. Thank you. Right, okay. In his energy, this card for me is him wanting to offer you something more secure. Okay, so wanting to offer you love sort of thing, you know, or something more solid. He definitely thinks about you here. Okay, the thinking man is holding a clear crystal, so it's crystal clear to him that, you know, he wants to be with you here. Now, he's asking you, his higher self, we all have a higher self, is asking you that you need to release things here and call him to you. We're all energy. We're all connected by energy. But the energy that you're giving off when you think about him is a lower energy rather than a loving energy. And I will explain why here in a minute. Okay, there's things that you're holding on to that are getting in the way. So his higher self is saying, you know, I want to be with you here. Of course, I'm interested in you, but there's things that you need to release so that I can release things, that he can release things. This is him talking to you here, and you have to call me into you. Okay, this always reminds me of like, you know, at Heathrow sort of thing. You're calling in your person energetically, and then all these spirit guides are showing him the way to you, and they're doing that here as well. Okay, they're guiding him to you so that you can have your 10 of Cups, your emotional ending, happy ending that you want with him, and your security with him. However, you are definitely worried. Perhaps there's religious difference, perhaps there's different cultural differences. Perhaps you're worried that he wouldn't commit to you. Okay, so there's some kind of worry and things that you need to release here, because your energy is keeping him away from you instead of bringing him in. So on these cards, you know, you've had this heartache and sorrow before. So you tend to, you know, try and get away from this. What if I get hurt again? What if, you know, what ifs, whys, buts and maybes, and it makes you sort of, oh, perhaps I should move forward. Okay, but he is the person that you want. You feel strongly connected to him because you might have had a past life relationship with him. In a previous life, you might just be from the same soul group, so you recognize each other's soul and you feel comfortable with each other. Okay, and there's definitely something from your past here that is holding you back in this negative energy, in negative thoughts. Your ego is ruining what your heart is telling you. Your heart is telling you, yes, he's the person I want, but my ego is telling me, yeah, but what if I get hurt? What if I get rejected? What if this? How does, you know, the ifs, whys, buts, maybes, the hows and the whens. Okay, so spirit is saying stop, you know, you need to reassess things, okay, in your thoughts, so that it's lining up with what you want, because spirit is trying to bring him to you. He wants to come into you, but you're thinking it's never going to happen because this crow is sat on these bones. So he's picking over the old story. You're keeping the old, the past, and the old doubts, fears, and insecurities blocking what you want. Now, what's going to make you happy? Look how she's got her arms open, receiving this goodness and happiness that she wants. So Spirit is saying, what's going to make you happy so that we can bring it to you? But you need to drop the old story and start feeling the energy if you had received, what you wanted. Current circumstances do not matter. They can be changed overnight, okay? Things can change really quick in the 3D, or they can take longer depending on what resistance and old story you've got playing around in your head. So yes, you can have what you want with him. He's the person you want. It's crystal clear to him that you're the person he wants. But there's things that you need to release so that you can allow his energy to come forward. So this is going to seem like totally alien to you, what I'm saying. So you can go to my Get Them Back playlist. You can watch some videos in there. I'm about to do a success story of one of my other ladies who listens to the channel and has got her person back in her life, how she wants him to be treating her, not like the awful relationship they had before. And she will explain the process in that, which is what I've explained anyway on my channel. So he is yours, but you do need to let go of the past and this past hurt. Start to feel good in yourself. Stop, get rid of that negative chatter in your head that is not lining up with what you want. Basically, you're going over the old story. How's it going to happen? When's it going to happen as well? That doesn't help. Okay? But he is there if you want him. But there, you've got to shift. If you went up to him and said, in the current energy you're in, okay, and the current energy that he's sort of in, if you were to say to him today, right, I want a relationship with you or whatever, he would be in repelling energy because you're in repelling. It's the old story is still playing out. You haven't shifted within you in order to see him come forward how you want him to. Confusing, I know, if it's your first time here, my lovely, but Spirit usually send people to me who are willing to change things to get what they want. A tarot reading only picks up on energy, but you can change that energy, okay? And that's what Spirit is advising you. If you want what you want, okay, so you're in a traffic jam, you're not seeing any movement, things are going slow, you're crawling along, you're not getting what you want, you're not getting to where you want to go. So what I'm saying, well, if you take a left, you can go round the traffic jam and get to where you want to go quicker. But if you don't take the advice, because you don't have to take the advice, you can just be like, whatever, okay, then you'll stay stuck in that traffic jam for longer. That's all, okay? It's alright, I saw some cards upside down then. Right, where is this thing that I have on? Mm. I was going to say 67. Isn't there only 52 weeks in a year? That's some long term. No wonder you need a vacation. Think you're gone mad. Hello, Kai, my lovely. Excuse me. Okay, sweetheart. Let's do it anyway. What's your question, my lovely? Yeah. Okay. Um, okay, you're definitely still look in his energy, Christy. He is wanting to tell you how he feels, but he is holding back. Okay. Um, and so you're just waiting again, and Spirit is saying, no, we don't wait. We are creating. Okay, you're supposed to be in the feeling now of having fun with this. Okay, all the beautiful stories that you're having fun with, feeling like you're together, feeling like you're happy together. Christy, listen out for the next success story I'm going to be doing this week, okay? Because they were married, got divorced, and are back together again. But it's a very long, horrendous sort of journey that she went on until she changed the story and stuck to the mental diet, okay? So you're still all tied up in the old story here and reacting to the 3D. Now we've got Father come out. Now it may be a father is having a say about something here, or he's like his father, or you've got issues from your childhood that is ingrained in you that may be a blockage from your father. Okay, so it could be a million things, that card. I hate that card when it comes out. So yeah, he's holding back because you're still in hangman mode. You're not having fun with this. Your energy is still in repelling energy here. So really have a look, Christy, at what old story you're holding on to. There should be no old story by now. Okay, if you put the trash out, you don't keep bringing it in. You put it out and the bin men or the garbage men take it away. End of. It's gone. We don't keep bringing it back in and examining it because you're keeping it stuck. The old story has to go. End of. You cannot get what you want if you're in the old story or reacting to the 3D. Okay, so you might need to book another session so that I can actually see where your thoughts are going, because we're just in stuck energy again here, Christy. Okay, so, but I don't know where your thoughts are, what story you're telling yourself for me to correct it enough for you. Or just wait till I've done, you know, the next success story, because that will, you know, it is a story that will resonate with you. And you can see what advice she took from the channel and Instagram and how she applied it and how she stuck to it. Yeah, attachment. Exactly. You're still attached to the old story somewhere. And reacting to the 3D. So definitely, you know, you haven't pulled back from that old story. You're still in reacting mode. You're still in looking at the 3D for answers. You're still reacting to what he's doing, thinking of him as outside of you. Okay. Yeah, wait and listen to the success story. I will be recording it this week. Okay. And if you don't get anything from it, then book a session. Okay. I do, yes. I've got, well, I did have one, but then she wants to put it on hold till she's got more information, which is fair enough. There's more to the story, but then I've got another success story come through as well, so I will be hopefully recording that tomorrow. So if you're feeling bad today, we can let the emotions go. So if you feel like having a good cry, have a good cry. Okay, but we don't dwell on the old thoughts, because you'll just put the emotion back behind it and keep it in place again. So we can let the emotions out. We don't want to suppress the emotions, but in the meantime, well, good, that's feedback. Okay, so we have, you know, good. We need this feedback to stop us doing it again and again and again and again, so that we're addressing the elephant in the room. We're not hiding it. We're not pretending it's not there. We're not trying to suppress it. Okay, so what destructive thoughts are coming back up? What thoughts am I having that is the old story that I've gone back to, that I need to squash once and for all, or have something written down that I can come to when I start to self-sabotage? Because you're the only one in control. of your of your mind, and it's your thoughts that get projected out that everybody feeds back to you. So it has to come from you. Nobody else can do it. Even if somebody changed, you've got the old story, then they will go back to that old story. Yeah, but what have I said about the mirror? We can't look in the mirror and break the mirror. He is the mirror. He's your reflection. So what are you pissed off about? That's what you have to look at, and change it to how would you want the new version of him treating you. Create your video, create your future. Put a load of they're always putting videos on there anyway, so go and see if any of those resonate with you, and how their clients change things around. Okay, so that is you needing to, Christy, to get that drummed into you that you are the operant power. You're the only one with free will in your consciousness. You're still thinking he has free will. Okay, he's deliberately pissing me off. He's deliberately doing this. He's deliberately doing that. He's saying this, he's saying that, and you're reactive more than creative. Okay, so it shows you that you haven't, done, or you haven't got in place your stability and your security within you, that you're like, I don't give a fuck. That isn't the end to my story. Whatever. This is an old story, or I'm not going to buy into it. I'm not going to feed into it. This is what I'm getting. You're not persisting enough in the story. You're not having that fun of you feeling, have you got your wedding ring on? Wendy Ann put her wedding ring back on. And every night imagined that they were talking to each other. Okay. Every morning talking to each other. Those inner conversations as if they were a couple, even though they were in no contact. If you don't want to put your wedding ring back on, you don't have to. You can imagine the ring is on your finger. Imagining that you're there together. You, like the card said, you should be having fun with this. Not making it a chore or making it shouldn't be hard. After all this time, I could understand it if you just come across this, but after over a year, and you're still not lined up with the new story because you're wavering again, we have to get to the root of that so that it's cut out and we don't keep coming back to it. Yes, Edward, there's different prices for the amount of cards that you have: 6 cards, 10 cards, or 14. Mm. Divine, it's paid readings tonight, my lovely. Must keep an eye on my iPad as well because of doing the Instagram live. I don't know what battery I've got on it. I can't see. Nobody else is paid at the moment. There was somebody asking, but not really, Neela. My guides don't like snooping in on other people like that. Has to be somebody who's affecting you, the energy between you and somebody, not the energy between somebody else and somebody else. Okay, Queen. Neela, my lovely, remember your thoughts and feelings will create. So if you're having a wobble, put it this way, Queen, I will get to yours in a second. Somebody on the Instagram, okay, one of the guys who follows me on Instagram overheard somebody talking about his SP. So he straight away, because he just heard the person's name, assumed the worst. Something terrible has happened to my SP. He hadn't seen, you know, the SP for a while or whatever, a couple of weeks. Straight away jumped to the wrong conclusion. Nothing had happened. Okay, it was just the assumption. So you're assuming the worst. Where the feeling is coming from within you. You're generating what happens in your outside world and to the people with it. Okay, yes, sometimes we do get an overbearing feeling. You can have a reading, but I will probably tell you that there's nothing there. It's just you worrying. Because you're, like you say, you're starting to self-sabotage. Oh, but I'm doing this work, but what if he's, what, you know, he was perfectly fine the other day, my lovely. Right, Queen. What is your question, my lovely? Okay, Queen. Neela, just do blanket affirmations. Everything's good, everything's fine, everything's all going in my favor. Okay, remember there's always movement behind the scenes. Sometimes when I start to think negative, you know, like when mums are talking to their children, you know, when their child is crying when you're out shopping or something and they say, oh, they're just tired. You know, sometimes I'll just say to myself, look, I'm just tired. I'm just tetchy. I'm just tired. Everything's fine. I'm going to bed. I'm going for a sleep. Right. Shakira, my lovely. Yes, Renisha, my lovely. Okay, Queen. Um, okay, trying to break this down. Regarding the relationship overall, okay, you know, he's got a lot of feelings for you here, a lot of love for you, you know, very drawn to you here, guided to you by spirit as well. The angel of love, okay. He may, you know, be really opening up to you like he didn't before in the past, or like anybody or that he's done to in the past. Okay, he feels so differently about you, you know, giddy. You feel giddy about him. Everything's going fine, like you say, you know, calling in your soulmate. You've called him in. He's been directed to you. Spirit have guided him to you, if you like, here. You know, he makes you feel good, etc. So all very good here. However, we do have here that you might sort of start to self-sabotage a little bit. You might tend to start to stress and worry and get caught up in old emotions that aren't serving you here. But spirit is saying, look, you can have your victory and success. He is your man. Okay, you can have him. We don't want to go back into old stories. Like sometimes things are going really great, and then we might start to think, oh, but what if it falls apart because it seems to be too good to be true, or whatever. You know, it could be a million things. Don't start to self-sabotage in old thoughts and old emotions that are not going to help you in this. You can have your victory and success. He loves you. He's been guided to you by spirit. He's your man. Okay, now regarding moving in, there may be a delay. Okay, this is my husband, right? Yes. If he is, then good. If he's not at the moment, then he will be. Yes, he can be. Regarding the house move, the cards that I've got is believe. Okay, believe like children. Children believe in Father Christmas. They believe in the Tooth Fairy. So having that faith and trust. Okay, instead of sort of getting caught up in your emotions, letting your emotions become scattered and it doing your head in. Sometimes when we try to force something in the 3D, it usually, when it's forced, it doesn't work out. If we just know it's a done deal, it's fine. Of course we're going to find our perfect place, and we're going to be happy together or whatever. Okay, because you're just going to get stuck. Okay, you're going to get stuck in old energy again, and spirit is saying, look, we don't want that again. Think of how far you've come and how far you can still go. It's all about making sure that you're not self-sabotaging. You're not going to go back into old thoughts that don't serve you. No, this is what I want. I know he loves me. I love him. I'm not going to self-sabotage. I'm not going to get derailed. Okay, of course we're going to find something. Everything always works out in my favor. I always get what I want. We're in a loving, solid relationship. Okay, so keep going with the positive rather than, oh, fuck my life. What if this happens? What if that happens? And what if that comes in? Okay, because it's pretty good. He's been given to you by spirit. He loves you. Okay, so just keep you know, your prayers, affirmations and visualizations help bring you together. So when you're affirming for what you want, okay, then it will come. I don't do pregnancies anyway, my lovely. That's one thing I don't do. Health, pregnancy, finance. I haven't got anything out anyway, so I mean, you could take the Page of Cups. This is usually a child anyway that is here. It would be the Empress that would come out. So, you know, you've got other things to, you know, just, yeah, great. He wants a baby. Go for it then when you're settled in or whatever, okay? There's nothing stopping you, Spirit is telling me here. You know. Just don't self-sabotage is the main thing. And, you know, whatever comes in with the moving in, it will happen. So don't start to go and self-sabotage that as well, just because there might be a little hitch. There might be. There doesn't have to be. But with these cards here, where they're sort of saying, you know, don't get caught up in the old story. Okay? No, I don't see anything. Only if you start self-sabotaging. Okay? If you start to go back into old stories, you will push that out and you will start, he has to reflect that back to you. Okay, so that's why Spirit is saying keep on your affirming for what you want and not what you don't want. But I'm not seeing anything here to alarm me in any way. It's all very good. And again, with that card, you know, she's got all this positive glow around her head. So really, Spirit is really telling you, yeah, stop being in the past. Only think positive thoughts about what you want, okay? Not going into the negatives. Because you'll get the old story, past cycles will play out in this relationship. We don't want that, Spirit is saying, okay? We've brought him into your life for a reason. He's yours. You can have your victory and success with him. Okay, this could be the one. We don't want to self-sabotage things. And 2 cards there as well when I split the deck to put them back. You know, you can stay protecting your heart and guarding your heart from getting hurt, but Spirit is saying give this a chance. Open your heart with love, not with fear, doubts and insecurities. You know, I feel that he's never really opened himself up to anybody like he has with you anyway, so it's a bit of a, you know, it's him as well opening up and putting his heart on the table, and so are you. Enjoy it for what it is. Go with the flow rather than fighting upstream, Spirit is telling me there. Okay. Yeah, let go of control issues and just allow it to unfold naturally. Just go with the flow. Not fighting, making it a battle all the time, or fighting with your thoughts or your ego. Follow what your heart is telling you in this connection. Because he's yours. Victory and success is yours. Okay? Renisha, is there anything Spirit wants you to know? Let's have a look. Oh. Just split these a minute. Suppose they don't want me to use those cards on. And I didn't even look away that time. God damn. I hope Rob wasn't looking. He would have seen me doing me 50 card. Oh, Addison, there's your man. Come out on the floor. Right, which way have we got these? Right, okay. Right, where are I? 1, 2, 3, da, 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 ha, da, 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 ha, da, 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 da. Yeah, made a right mess. Okay. So you may be struggling with something here, okay, about what you're wanting. Rods for me are something that you're desiring or you're passionate about here. And we've got one of these is lit up and one of these is not. So positive and negative. What are you struggling with? Try and stay in the positive rather than the negative mindset. Okay. Especially regarding a connection. And again here, you know, if you're wanting something, okay, or for an offer of love, then know that you're beautiful. This Empress knows that she's beautiful. She knows that she's good enough. She knows that she's first choice, the only option, etc. Okay, she's putting herself on her pedestal, knowing that she's worthy, good enough, etc., etc. So I love that Empress card. Spirit is saying you can have all the abundance that you want, the horn of plenty here. Everything that you want you can have, and it's on an 11 as well, like an angel number here. Now all you need to do to get what you want is, instead of struggling, is again keeping guard of your thoughts. The Queen of Swords. Swords are your thoughts. She's got a cup locked away here. Her emotions locked away. Safe and secure. But she's cutting out, ready to cut out any negativity that comes towards her in her thoughts and in her 3D. Okay. Release anything from you that you're struggling with or you're going against the outcome that you want. Okay, so just release, let it go. Anything that's not serving you in your thoughts or your emotions or feelings or what you're reacting to, okay, release it. Release it, let it go. It's not doing you any good. So that's why you're sat there ready to cut out those thoughts, because you can have what you want. Okay, yeah, angel numbers for me are keep going. We've got you, we've heard you. Yeah, I was literally thinking something earlier, and when I was drawn to look at the time on my computer and it said 11:11. So that for me is, yeah, they've heard me, they're hearing me. Keep going. It's like your team spirit going, keep going, keep going. We're doing, there's always movement behind the scenes. There's never, it never stops. There's always movement, even when you're not seeing it yet in your 3D. There's always movement. Okay. So just release anything that's not serving you. Let me just look at the book. Sometimes they draw me to the book when they want me to, because there's something in here. Yeah, here we go. Let it go. It is time to release anything that does not serve you. Old negative habits do not engage you anymore, as the payoff is not enough. You are ready to make room for bigger, brighter, more aligned things. So that once you've got rid of the payoff, is that when you release something that's not serving you, it makes room, it makes space for what you want to come in. Okay, so I freely release what I no longer need. So just be on your mindset, watching those sneaky thoughts that might come and attack you from behind or in front. Okay, and stay on your pedestal. I am beautiful. I'm irresistible. I am worthy enough. I'm good enough. Okay. And every time I do something tells me loud and clear not to. Exactly. Okay. You can revise old relationships. Tell yourself a different story. I've always been chosen. I've always had healthy relationships. It's always been me that's ended relationships. We don't have to keep the old story in place. Okay? You're the magician. Look at that. Split the deck to put this card back. You're the magician. You're the power. You're the cause. You can have, be, and do whatever you want. Okay? You're the one that works the magic in your kingdom. Nobody else. Nobody has power over you other than unless you give them your power. You know, yeah. Here we go. Don't let the past hold you back. So another one. Okay, you've got somebody coming towards you here. We don't want to get stuck in our old mental prison. Healing. Opening your heart chakra as well. Do some heart chakra meditations. There's enough of them on YouTube. Yes, you can snap your fingers. It's getting low now. So I am going to call it a day. If you can hear me, anybody? I was just saying it buffered then because I don't know if it buffered your end, but it did mine because it said battery is low. So I'm going to come off now anyway. It has gone, well, it's 12:30, midnight here. Right, to them, my lovelies. Thank you, Addison. Thank you all. So yes, my battery's running out because don't forget I've been using it since, what time did I start Instagram? 6:30. So it is having a wobble now. It's going to cut off anyway. Right then, my lovelies. I hope all your readings helped. I will catch up with you again soon. Love and light.